It's going to be the shorts, so spoiler alert. We do have a cold front coming through, like I mentioned earlier, but it's going to be on the weak side. So temperatures are staying warm, but cooler than we have been. Today we topped out at 90 degrees, currently sitting at 82, though it does still feel pretty close to the 90-degree mark. Tonight, temperatures stay on the warm and muggy side, 74 under mostly cloudy skies. Thankfully, we're nowhere near as windy as we started the week off, but we still have a lot of that humidity left in place. 88 tomorrow afternoon with an isolated shower again. On our water vapor imagery, this is cool. It's kind of like an x-ray of the atmosphere. You can have a really good view of Hurricane Rafael in the Gulf, as well as this next system that's going to bring our next cold front over the weekend. Again, it's not going to be a super strong one, but I'm expecting it to move offshore of the coastal bend by Saturday morning. So a little bit less humidity and slightly cooler temperatures are in store. At this point on Saturday morning, Rafael in the central Gulf of Mexico, and it's going to be turning likely to the south, partially thanks to this cold front kind of deflecting it away from us, but more so upper level high pressure. The steering flow isn't going to be all that strong in any one way for Rafael. On top of that, it's going to have to be dealing with a lot of wind shear. So the further west or even north that it goes, that is still a possibility, but the Hurricane Center is forecasting it to go to the south. It's going to be weakening. So you can see that trend here weakening as it moves further and further west before eventually being nudged to the south as this upper level high pressure grows. You can see that clockwise spin around it. That's what would be dugging Rafael to the south. So we're not going to be seeing direct impacts here. However, we are going to continue with a coastal flood advisory through tomorrow evening, so we could see some flooding and inundation at high tide times, but also we're going to carry a high rip current risk through the coming weekend. So it's mainly because of these wave periods. They're going to be over 10 seconds long, so that's the time in between the waves. That's what really increases our rip current risk here. So we have this high pressure moving in. That's going to help prolong sunshine for a couple of days after that first cold front comes through, and then heading into next week, by about mid to late week, it's still up in the air a little bit. Until then, we're going to remain warm and humid, but at that point, that's when we're going to be looking for our next cold front. So we could see some increased rain chances with that. It's not too clear right now if it's going to be a drier front or a super soaker with more rain chances. Until then, this is what we're looking at, an early morning front heading into November 14th. So that's this coming Thursday. So the very back end of our 7-day forecast, but it does look to be a little bit stronger than this next cold front that we're going to get. Until then, again, we are warm and humid to end your week on a very toasty note, unseasonably warm really for the next couple of days. Even Saturday still above average with that weaker cold front. Monday is Veterans Day, by the way. It's looking pretty toasty. If you have any plans, maybe you're off of work and you're heading to the beach, just keep an eye again for that high rip current risk.
Another toasty fall week for us.
Yes.
The cycle repeats, doesn't it?
It does, yep. Wow. There and back again. All right, Kristen.